Okay, it's November 10th, and this is the GANOOZE with the G-A, you know. But anyway, still no personality, but we'll do the best we can. I couldn't find anybody to, not even my pinky would do the news. Nobody. So anyway, not much news. Stock market, yeah, down a lot of points this week. Actually, the most point drop, in points. Since 9/11, but percentage-wise, doesn't matter because the stock market is so high that it's got to drop a lot to be a meaningful percentage drop. But it's going to go down more. This is the beginning of the end. Because nothing looks good. I mean, the banks are losing money, a lot of bad debt. General Motors losing money. Can't imagine the Christmas season being very good. Just not a good time. Writers are on strike. I have no personality. It's just not a good time. Things are not looking good. Dollar can only go further down because they're going to have to lower interest rates more. Just really bad. And then they try to make it sound good by saying, well, the trade deficit is lower than it's been in 2 years. It's still $56 billion. It's a preposterous deficit. And the deficit with China increased. It's just that and our exports increased like 1.1 billion. Just a minor amount. And that's with the American dollar being cheap. So anyway, it's not looking good. So Pakistan, lots of still crap going on over there in Pakistan. We won't. Bush says not legally required to cut off funds to Musharraf, the president over there, even though he's doing all this cracking down on the opposition party and, the media and everything else. So we're going to pay him to be an asshole, but why not? I mean, we're paying our president to be an asshole, so we might as well pay all the assholes in the world to be assholes. Okay, so this is a minor story, but it's just one of these stupid little things. The Army. To buy these helicopters, for Homeland Security and disaster relief, and they're a European design. I don't know. I guess an American company's bought the design and made them. But anyway, it doesn't matter who. It's just stupid. I mean, they find out now after they made them that you can't use them on hot days. Well, that's not going to do us much good if this is a wrong kind of disaster. So it better be a horrible snowstorm disaster, then we're going to be okay. But anything else? Well, what do you need helicopters for anyway? They're little helicopters, not the kind that carry food and stuff. They're the kind that carry assholes, the ones that maybe fly the dopey asshole around. Who needs that? Okay, so what's this? Oh yeah, that, what the hell's his name? I can't remember. It's Thompson, Fred Thompson, ex-actor, brain surgeon. Anyway, he has this great idea. I love these guys. The Republicans think they could win on this one. So his plan is that we're going to reduce Social Security benefits, you see, and then take the money we save by reducing the benefits and allow people to put the money into a pension program. So he's essentially saying, yes, let's convert an insurance program into a pension program, which will do nothing, which is quite useless. I mean, the whole point of the program isn't to so a 60-year-old guy dies and he, gives money to his worthless kids or something, or, to have people who, yes, I saved enough money to live to be 85 years old, but I didn't save enough to live to be 95 years old. And so what are they going to do for the last 10 years? Eat dog food? I mean, it's just stupid. It works as an insurance program. It really isn't going to work as a pension program. Stupid idea. I mean, it's barely getting by money, for old people. That's all it is, barely getting by money. They're not living high on the hog, assholes. It's disgusting. All right, so, there's this Japanese story, a couple of Japanese stories. you know, they're coming out with this new little bank, you know, to try to encourage Japanese people to save monies for their retirement, because apparently, you know, they're not having kids over there. They're not, you know, they don't let a bunch of immigrants in. They don't have a Mexican border to worry about and shit. And so their population's getting kind of old. And so to encourage people to save, they're coming out with some novelty bank. You know, if you don't put money in it regularly, it throws the money on the floor, you know, forces you to pick it up. So then you'll know to save more money next time, because you had to pick up all that money because you didn't save your money. So yeah, so it's pet rock kind of crap. No, it really isn't a news story. I really shouldn't have reported on it. Entirely, yeah, I've just violated the codes of ethics and integrity in news reporting, because I shouldn't have even paid any attention to such a stupid story. So anyway, oil spill in San Francisco. Yeah, it turned out to be quite a lot of fuel oil, you know, boat oil, whatever boats run on, spilled out there. And you know, they're conceding they're not going to be able to clean up most of it, and so some of it evaporates. But you know, yeah, it'll get into the ground, and you know, the little mollusk will be spitting it out for years to come. See, what is this one? Sheesh. Something, whatever, something drugs. Oh yeah, that friggin' woman in Arizona, you know, the one who went nutty in the airport, and then they said she strangled herself with her handcuffs, you know, her shackles, after she was arrested in the cell. And yeah, so they found that, yeah, she did have you know, she was drunk and full of barbiturates or something. But it makes you wonder. I mean, they put a drunk person in shackles. I mean, they should restrain him in a gurney or something. But I mean, anyway, the whole idea, I mean, it's still very strange story. Really weird. Little item, you know. I didn't think they really let people who shoot governors or presidents and shit out of jail, but they actually released the guy who shot George Wallace, you know, paralyzed him. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what my opinion there is. I don't, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if you'd really deserve a second chance. I don't know. I mean, murder is murder. Attempted murder is the same thing. And I just don't know. I just don't think it's worth the trouble. But, you know, he's probably a low risk, I suppose. I wouldn't want responsibility to put him back on the street. But if somebody else feels comfortable and they want to sign their name to it, it's okay with me. All right, McCain, you know, that guy who's running for president too. He's going to borrow $3 million, and so, you know, he's one of these guys who runs and says, yeah, yes, I haven't taken any blah blah money. But then they borrow money from, you know, all kinds of crooks and criminals and shysters and bums, and you know, so they're selling out anyway because they're borrowing money from people they have to pay back eventually. And their people are going to be doing them a favor by lending them the money. So this is sort of a high-risk loan, because the guy's got to come up with the money somehow after the election. He's got to raise the money. Well, good luck. All right, Giuliani and that Carrot guy, you know, he's chief of police in New York. Everybody hated him then. You know, they all knew he was a crook and a bum. And so he's finally gotten indicted. And so, yeah, it finally makes Giuliani, you know, it does make him look bad. I mean, it's associations. But I mean, like I said, his whole life is shit anyway. I've reported in previous news stories, the guy was a complete fuck-up. I mean, 2 days before 9/11, he was the laughing stock of the goddamn Northeast. I mean, his life was a mess. I mean, a mess. Ugh. I mean, there's no way this idiot should be running for president. So what else is there? Can't even read this one either. Oh, this was kind of a sad story. You know, it's one of these wildlife biologists, you know, I guess working in Grand Canyon or something down there. And, you know, he got the plague, you know, because he did an autopsy on a mountain lion. So I guess one of the fleas might have jumped off, you know, and bit him. And, yeah, he died of the plague. It's, you know, it doesn't happen too often. Yeah, but it's kind of sad, you know, kind of job you wouldn't think you're going to get killed doing. And, oh, suicide, last story. Japanese suicides, you know, that was reported Japanese are kind of high on the old suicide list, but really they're barely in the top 10. And I think the top country per capita for suicide was Lithuania. But all them Baltic, you know, countries, really high suicide rates. And, you know, I guess it's understandable. I mean, it's cold. and they're poor, and you know, it sucks. And so, but anyway, so I guess that's the news. Anything else to say? There was other news stories, of course, but I didn't write them down, so I don't remember them now. But it was like some technology stories, iPod in Europe, iPhone. Yeah, that's right, iPhone. But who cares? I don't care. Sports stories, I don't care about them either. So, just wasting time now, I guess. That's it. Yep, the end. Okay, that's the end of the news. Sorry, just don't have any personality. There's still. My hair is lovely, though, don't you think? It's very soft today. Soft hair. So, that's it. Really, that is the end. I'm going to end now. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Really sorry about that. Okay. But it's always a problem with this tie. I got to buy some new ties.